Bubbly Bubblies, welcome back to our channel. You're here with me, Sreet and Stevie K. Okay, today guys we're watching South Korean YouTuber got harassed in Mumbai.
Yeah guys, this is action taken quickly, will stay longer. There's two videos that we're going to do. I don't know if Sreet's come across it. Thanks to Calpis for sending in both links. I saw it, I did see it on Instagram. I haven't seen the videos, but I heard about it on Instagram, so I'm aware. But I don't know if Sreet's aware, you heard, seen, anything. Okay, I haven't seen the videos like I said, but there's two, so I just thought, the second one more or less sums up what occurred afterwards and gives it away. So I'm more or less, like I said, in that side. I just want to see how, firstly I want to see what happened. Secondly, I don't know if you guys know what happened or are aware. If not, then you guys are going to be watching it with us. If you guys are aware, then you'll see the two videos that'll show what happened and what happened after, and it's the same with you. So we'll watch the first one. We're doing both on this video now, reaction. Watch the first one, see your response to it, and then we'll watch the second one, and then yeah, okay. So here we go, let's check the first one out. I'll put the links to both of them in the description below. I won't say what the second one's called, so then otherwise, like I said, everyone's gonna know what's basically occurred.
I want to watch it.
So anyway,
the title.
Here we go. She's in live in Mumbai.
There was I want to be actually content creator. That's why this India. At that night, I was also filming and live streaming. And I was on the way back to my hotel. It was around 11:50 p.m. And there was two guys standing on the street, and one of them started yell, "I love you!" And when you're making the content, people want to engage or are showing the interest. So I said, "Oh yeah, I love you back." But I was still walking towards my hotel, and he started to approach and put his one arm to my shoulder and tried to kiss me for the first time. And I was like, okay, this is very uncomfortable, this is not okay to happen. And I try my best to leave the situation, without escalating the situation.
Please don't
and then he started to grab my wrist and drag me to his motorcycle where his friend is also standing. And he started to say, I will give you a ride. I told him no multiple times with a very strong voice because I don't feel comfortable being in this situation. I don't want to tell you my address. But I guess he didn't really get it, and he started to put his arm on my shoulder again and tried to kiss for the second time. And at that point, my brain was kind of stopped, and all I could think of is like, how can I leave this situation without them following me and without escalating this situation? So I just started to walk very fast towards my hotel, and they started to follow me with their motorcycle, and they stopped in front of me and they started to ask my phone number. The best thing that I could think of at that moment is, okay, let's give them a fake number so that they can just leave me. Because if they keep following me, I cannot go anywhere. And I don't have anyone to help me at that point.
What should do now?
So I was giving them a fake number. Even after that they didn't leave, they told me, okay, I will give you a ride. Luckily, there was one viewer who were watching my live streaming for the full situation, and he was near there, and he came to me to tell them to leave in Hindi.
Wow.
And after that, I just waited 5 to 10 minutes on the road, and I just ran back to my room because even at that point, I didn't feel fully comfortable because I don't know if they're watching me, they're on motorcycle. If they want, they could just come back and follow me. So yeah, I just ran back to my room. That's what happened. I think they took an action very quickly. I didn't call myself to police station right after what happened because I was kind of panicking. I was just sitting in my room crying. I don't know what to do. I feel terrible. But luckily, one of my friends told me, okay, maybe I can help you to post this video tagging the police. They might do something. And I'm not sure they took an action very quickly because the video went viral or not. But They called
there's a
me
video
within
there.
a couple of hours to make this as a case.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
they would
and
have nothing.
I got the call that they got arrested last night 2 a.m. and I still have to go to police station. Yes. Trees and doing the live streaming to show the travel and the new culture to other people. And on that day, I was also doing live streaming, and I was heading back to my hotel. And there was two guys who were standing on the street, and one of them, they yelled at me, "Oh, I love you." And those things happen quite often when you're video filming, because people want to engage and they're interested in what you're doing. So I was just keep heading to my hotel, but I said, "Oh yeah, I love you back." And then he started to say, "Oh yeah, come." And he put his one arm on my shoulder and tried to kiss me, and I was very startled, and I thought, okay, this could turn into some situation that I don't want to be really in, and I want to leave this situation. And I said, okay, I think I was showing my gesture that I don't want to be here, and he grabbed my wrist and dragged me to the motorcycle where his friends also standing, and he told me that, okay, I will give you a ride to your hotel. And I feel very uncomfortable. I don't want them to know my hotel, so I tell them like no multiple times. And then he put his one arm to my shoulder again and tried to kiss me for the second time. At that point, I really don't know what to do. I just try my best not to escalate the situation because I'm alone. There are two guys. I'm not sure what this could into. And I started to walk very fast towards my hotel, and they started to follow me with their motorcycle, and they stopped in front of me and asked my phone number. And the best thing that I could think of at the time was, okay, let's give them my fake number so that they cannot follow me and they will leave me so that I can go back to my hotel. And I gave them a fake number, and at that point they were not leaving. But luckily, one of my viewers who were watching my stream was watching whole situation, and he was near there. So he came to actually save me and tell them to leave. And I just waited on the street 5 to 10 minutes, and I just ran back to my hotel. But even at that point, I was not fully comfortable because I don't know if they're watching or they're on their motorcycle. They might just keep following me, so I just ran back to my hotel.
Final video just showing, I think it's just a couple of minutes of what happened afterwards. So if we just quickly have a look at that one.
Finally, we're all here all together. Okay, chat. This is our Thama, Tina chat. He was the one who were watching the stream at that night and come here to save me. Say hello.
Hi guys, how's it going?
And this is Neighbor. Tell me to post a video taking all the police on Twitter. This is 2 Giga chat. Help me at that night chat.
Okay, bye. Bye.
And see, I think that they're showing what's happened, obviously. So,
Hi.
I'll watch your live.
Yeah.
That's all this guy.
Oh really? Thank you. What the fuck? Thank you. What the fuck?
I was right there.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. Maybe I should stay there a couple of minutes so that he can leave. Oh, thank you very much.
it didn't come.
Thank you very much.
Maybe it's good you're on live. Someone is watching you.
Oh man. Oh wow. Okay, well.
Rescue operation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, Mumbai is pretty safe, and I think he doesn't have a very bad
Every place
intention
is the
or
same, so that's what I was going to say.
I get that. Every place, obviously
Yeah,
there's things that
she met the
happen.
two men at the Tarva for lunch and found them again. So you got your whole anger and go, which is every right.
reason
You know,
to.
I can
Every
understand what
reason
women
to.
feel and think is totally different to what us guys would probably think and feel. You got to feel safe, and certainly when she isn't doing anything wrong. You know, like sometimes people turn around and make reasons. I mean, not that women shouldn't be able to dress how they want. They can dress whatever way they want. It's always say it's the people that another. Mari hundi hai, like, you know what, it doesn't matter on that, like going, well, she dressed in a certain way and she didn't even dress in any certain way, that, you know what, when a guy's gonna want to see whatever wants to see or be whoever wants to be, it's their own way of being and upbringing and, you know, and values. But like I said, it can happen anywhere. But also what it showed is what I would have not been happy, it was like a film, but you know, you see the guys who have got no respect for women and mistreat them and think that, you know, they can do what they want and behave what they want, but there are still those genuine men that, you know, guys who are there to protect women and be there, you know, decent, see them in a decent eye and be there and be willing to stand up. You know, they don't know these people, they don't know what's going on, but when to get there and get the person out of the situation, which you need more of. So, you know, and otherwise, if people don't understand, if you was to see this and this is going live in another country, and I'm not saying, you know, what's ended up happening is people's perceptions isn't just people in India. All of a sudden they go, Indian men are, you know, and it would be the case if it was Gauri there or whatever it would be, or they would go, Indian men are, but with these guys doing what they did, it just shows that not all guys or Indian guys, they are. Every place there's the good and there's the bad.
Of course there is, but I'm going to stop you there. Yeah, I know there's good and bad, and this is not me, you know, saying it directly to one place, but there is good and bad everywhere. In every country you're going to get this, but I have experienced this myself in India, and I'm sorry, it got to the point where it was quite bad for me as well, and I've not in my life ever experienced that here. I can walk alone here. At the age I am now, I've never experienced that. Yeah, you're gonna have the odd person trying to talk to you, but never come up to you and touch you. Because you know for a fact here, straight away, regardless if you got no evidence, someone's watching and something will be done. Whereas here, I believe, if she did not go live, if she did not have any evidence, nothing would have been done about it, because it happens so often in India. And I say this with anger because every time I've been, it's not like, oh, that one situation I had was so vile, so bad that nothing was done about it. But regardless of that, put that to the side. I couldn't leave the house. It doesn't matter how I was dressed, if I was covered. I could not leave the house, and this is me, I'm getting fumed. I could not leave the house without someone whistling, someone trying to touch me, someone, and it was constant. So it wasn't, and you don't get that here. And that's my opinion, and that's not even opinion, that's what I've gone through. And I know majority of women who go to India have the same thing. And this is why you don't see women walking the streets at a certain point in India, because it happens so often. They're afraid to be out. You have to be with a man, whereas it doesn't happen. It happens here, of course it does, but not to the extent that it has and it does in India.
Okay.
I have seen another video. I have seen another video years ago where a girl had gone to India, and I can't remember what the reason was, and she was in tears. She was in her room. She wanted to get an SD card or something like that. But it's
okay. I think
personally, what I want to say is, if anyone's watching out there, any female, to me, I would say never ever go to India alone. And unless you have family and people you're going to be walking around with, you should not be walking the streets alone.
I don't think with me.
Would you allow?
Okay, I'm looking at it entirely different. I would say, if that is the case, it's the same thing. I don't know about other countries. I can't speak about other countries. Yeah. Like, you know, like there's places like America, Africa, Canada. You know, I haven't been to those countries. I don't know what happens in those countries. I would say to every sort of girl kind of thing, be wary of where you're going and how you're going to be. And not go on your own, certainly when you don't know the place and places.
I've travelled alone recently, and nothing like this has ever happened where someone's whistled or even tried to come near me. I've travelled to many countries.
Yeah, but you're just asking me. I'm just saying that I would, if it was my daughter's going now, I would just say it doesn't matter what country you go to, you know, you got to be careful.
Every time I've been to India, it has happened.
And I'm not saying what you call it. I'm not denying it.
And you've been there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You can't leave the house without someone.
The only thing I want to know is, and this is me asking people, you know, regardless of what we just watched, she was fine, everything's happened, and someone's come and they are decent guys. That's one thing he did show, which
there
is
needs
the
to be
brilliant.
more people who like
that there's men out there who are doing that and in that protective of women. But I think the only thing I want to ask is, and Kalpe should probably be able to answer, is this only, if this does occur, I know what Sarit's saying, if this does occur, is it only occurring to women who coming from abroad? Because obviously Sarit's doing it from her thing of, I've come from abroad and I've gone there and I've been in a situation where I'm trying to be comfortable and guys have been like this.
And can I just say, it wasn't just someone trying to touch me. It got to the point where it was really bad. So like for me, I have every right to feel the way I am after watching this.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, does this happen? I know we watch it in movies, but movies, you can look at movies and going, it's a movie, yeah? But does this happen to women who are actually in India, from India, living in India? That's what I'm asking. I know we watch films like Drishyam, where it's happened to a girl at the, you know what I mean, which was a movie. But what I mean is it guys being like that when women come from outside by themselves and that is the situation? Or is it certain parts of the places? Or does it happen to women who actually live there too? What is the women's outtake of it, intake of it?
When I had gone back and I had spoken to my auntie about it, obviously I've gone back. I wasn't alone, bearing in mind. I wasn't on my own. I was with a cousin. She was just 2 steps in front of me. Just in front of me, just there. And it happened. I went back and obviously I'm in tears. I'm upset. Really upset. Can't believe it. All these, oh my God. And she turned around and said, oh, I think that things like this happen here. It's nothing. It's not a big deal, is what she made out. This is why we don't send girls. She actually said we don't send them at night time. It wasn't night. We didn't go at night. This is why we don't send them at night time out and about. But like, I'm sorry.
It shouldn't happen anyway. That's what I'm saying. Basically, it shouldn't happen in any country, and men shouldn't be doing this at all. And obviously, the men who are totally messed up in the sense that they think that it's normal to do that. That's one thing I can, to me, it's that.
I'm not saying.
And all I'm saying is, when guys are doing this, regardless of what their colour of the skin is or what country they're from, it gives men a bad name. But when it is a certain race, colour, religion, doesn't matter if you're white, black or Indian, it gives all those men a bad name kind of thing. That, for women, it starts going, are they all like this?
Yeah.
Like now, she went to India and she's Korean, went to India and she experienced that. But she could come to the UK and see an Indian guy and going, is he the same?
Yeah.
I know this is the UK, but is he going to do the same thing with me whilst I'm walking down the street? If I was walking with a group of lads who are Indian, are they all following me? Even though you could be laughing and joking and going, no, we're not.
Yeah.
It gives everyone, doesn't matter which country, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's enough respect on the guys who did good, because it just shows what he ended up doing at the same time was going, look, not everyone's the same. Not everyone's bad. You're going to get the bad. But there's some decent men out there who are there protecting women and looking.
You had to tell them to go.
Yeah, and looking after them, and they're like a proper movie hero. That that they're there to stand for women, and enough respect on him and his upbringing, and his mum would be proud of him.
Proud of him.
You know what I mean? As every other woman would be proud of him.
Yeah.
So well done on him. Whoa, Kalpesh, I understand why you sent this one, but you know what? And it's proper reaction, proper feeling, because it does relate emotionally.
You've been through something. It's not, you shouldn't even have to be through something. Just watching, even if I haven't, it is really upsetting, because this is what us women have to go through. And again, it's not me saying, oh, it's just India. But the thing is, I've not had it in any other country I've been to. But I've been to India 4 times. The first time, that was probably the worst that has ever happened. But it's not as if, after that, it never happened again. It happened, but that was the worst. And every time I step foot out in India, the same thing happens. It's like, and I have every right to feel the way I do, because I would not ever walk alone in India. Ever. I wouldn't allow my kids to go alone in India. They have to. And saying that, this is not me over, just going on and on. I had to have, in the end, we had to have security walking with us. We had bodyguards walking with us. And you know what? It's not as if we go and dress differently. I was in a suit and something, and I felt that uncomfortable.
See, and this is, if people are asking me, this is before we were together.
Before we were together, I had to.
I don't, that's why this is, I have heard about it, but it's before we were together.
And it's left that much of a scar on me, even this many years later, that I feel it, because it was so bad. So bad.
So it's like
we live with it. These men just get away. He's going to get locked up, and then they're released again and do the same thing again. It's like they've got no shame.
Anyway, that was the video, and this isn't to all guys out there before you guys think, and it's not to with India, UK, the world
India.
is a
Absolutely
massive
love India.
place, and if it was such bad feelings towards India itself, wouldn't be coming back about 3 or 4, 5, 6 times. Understand, it's not about India or the people in
think
India.
even-
It's about men in general of what they see in women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that before you
think
lot
in the
think.
sense that even if you're living in India and you've got a female, and you know, your own wife or your
Your
sister,
own wife, sister, yeah.
Please, be honest with me. Would you allow them to walk the streets at night time after 6?
Or how
8
would you
o'clock?
feel if they
it
were
happened
to,
to them,
they
how-
were to go through the same
Yeah.
thing? How would you feel? And you know that men were being like that. I'm sure everyone who has got a sister, everyone's got a mom, but whoever's got a sister or a partner or daughter or whatever, I'm sure that they would relate and feel why they want to protect them, which we shouldn't need to. You know what? We should be able to go. Everyone should be free to be who they want, go where they want, and enjoy life without any worry that there's guys like that on the streets out there.
Creeps.
Because it's not the women who are the problem; it's men like that. Give us all a bad name.
Leave us with,
Anyway, guys, that was the video. Let us know what you guys thought. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. See you soon.